Hello, Dr. Amaru here again, and in this video we will talk about the relationship of the back to other body regions, and we will have 3 review questions at the end. If you have any question, you can email me here at amaru@abdurrahman.com or comment your question down below. So we will talk about the relationship of the back to the head and neck areas, then to the thorax, abdomen and pelvis, and relationship of the back to upper limbs and lower limbs. Let's start with the neck. What are the cervical regions of the back? They are the cervical vertebrae and their associated muscles. Now, the cervical vertebrae constitute all of the skeletal framework of the neck, and their associated muscles and ligaments constitute much of the muscular framework of the neck. So, the cervical regions of the back constitute the skeletal framework of the neck and much of the muscular framework of the neck, which in turn supports and moves the head. Another relationship we have to mention that the cranial meninges and the spinal cord meninges are continuous with each other at the foramen magnum of the skull. Continuous with each other. And also the vertebral arteries ascend on each side and enters through the foramina transversarium, or the foramina of the transverse processes of the cervical vertebrae. Then they ascend upwards and enter the skull through the foramen magnum to participate with internal carotid arteries in providing blood supply to the brain. Here, as you can see in this picture, they ascend on each side, enter through foramina transversarium, enter through foramen magnum, and participate with internal carotid arteries in providing blood supply to the brain. Next, we'll talk about the relationship of the back to the thorax, abdomen, and pelvis. As you can see here, the different parts of vertebral column contribute to the skeletal framework of the neck, the thorax, the abdomen, the pelvis, and in addition to providing support for each of these parts of the body, the vertebrae provide attachments for muscles and fascia, articulation sites for other bones, as you can see like ribs, and anterior rami of spinal nerves associated with the thorax, abdomen, and pelvis. They pass into these parts of the body, these regions of the body, from the back. Lastly, let's discuss the relationship of the back with the limbs. As we've said in the lesson of components of the back, we've said that the main body elements of the back are the 33 vertebrae, but there are other bones that contribute to the back, like scapulae, pelvic bones, and ribs. So the bones of the back provide extensive attachment for muscles associated with anchoring and moving the upper limbs on the trunk. But this is less accurate as far as the lower limbs are concerned. Lower limbs are firmly anchored to the vertebral column through articulation with the sacrum here. Upper limbs are innervated by anterior rami of cervical nerves, cervical spinal nerves, or cervical plexus, and lower limbs are innervated by anterior rami of lumbosacral levels. Let's have some review questions. Vertebral arteries ascend in cervical region through which? Answer: vertebral canal, intervertebral foramina, transverse foramina, or foramen magnum. Regarding the relationship of the back to the thorax, abdomen, and pelvis, all of the following are true statements except the back contributes to the skeletal framework of these regions. It provides attachments for muscles and fascia. It provides articulation sites of other bones, and the posterior rami of spinal nerves are associated with these regions, or it provides support for these regions. Last question, regarding the relationship of the back to the limbs, all of the following statements are true except upper limbs are innervated by cervical plexuses, lower limbs are innervated by anterior rami of lumbosacral levels, lower limbs are more associated to the back than upper limbs. Lower limbs are firmly anchored to vertebral column through articulation with the sacrum, and vertebrae provide extensive attachments for muscles associated with anchoring and moving the upper limb. This is for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button so I will keep uploading. Thanks for watching.